Hi everyone, Venetia Angus here, your local Ottawa real estate agent. We are back with another market update for the month of September, and we are currently in week 37. We're going to be taking a look at what's occurred throughout the summer and what to expect and what we're seeing as we're now fully transitioning into that fall market. Especially with interest rates coming down, I think we're going to be seeing some really good stuff. So let's just hop right into our market update. First thing that we're taking a look at is our new listings by week for both residential and condo. So we are at the yellow line here, and this is for week 36, it looks like here. So this would have been last week. Now, as we discussed in the last market update, I did anticipate that we were going to see the number of listings drop kind of throughout the end of July, August, because a lot of people are getting themselves ready to go back to school. A lot of people are now back to work, especially government workers are working back in the office 3 times a week. So that doesn't surprise me that we did see this occur as we saw every other year. And we had a huge spike here in the number of new listings by week. And as you know, we did have an interest rate announcement a couple of weeks ago, and they did drop the interest rates. So I do think that was a good thing and a big indicator of this increase. We do have another announcement in October. I am hoping that they drop the interest rate again. It's looking like they most likely will. And if that is the case, then we should see this number stay a little bit higher as people are getting a bit more comfortable with the interest rate that we have and making a move in this market. Looking at sold properties by week, again for both residential and condo, we did see that decrease. A lot of people are just getting back into their everyday routine. So not a lot of people are looking at making a move right now, but we should see, especially with more listings on the market, we should see an increase again as we kind of saw the last couple of years here. So we should see that increase again with people looking. So stay tuned for our October market update, and we'll see if this number did go up as we saw it go up in 2022 and 2023. But I do think that is what's going to occur because a lot of buyers are a bit more confident with making a move right now. Now, the average sale price for both residential and condo by week has been pretty much on par with the last 3 years. So 2021, 2022, 2023, right here, we're seeing that we're pretty much in line or a little bit higher. So the average sale price is sitting a bit over 600,000. I do see that going up slightly as we continue throughout September. And then I do think, again, if they do announce another interest rate drop in October, that number might stay a little bit higher before tapering off and decreasing a bit for the winter. Now, the average sale price by week for condos tends to be a little bit more volatile, as we can kind of see here. And once you see the residential, you'll see what I mean. But our numbers, so the average sale price by week for condos this year is lower than it was for the last 3 years. Now, 2023 interest rates were a lot higher. A lot of people were not being pre-approved or qualified for the amounts that they want. So they were kind of in that $400,000 range, which would put them in a condo. Now that interest rates are going down, people are able to qualify for more, which gives them more options. So they can now start looking at residentials, even if that is townhomes. So I do think that's why this number is a little bit lower than what we've seen in 2023. People are able to look at other options. People are able to qualify to purchase a residential. So I do see this number increasing slightly, but I don't think it's going to go past what we saw in 2023. Now, looking at the average sale price by week for residential only, as you can see, it's not as volatile as we were just looking at the condos. And our number is a little bit higher than what we've seen in the last 3 years. So we're sitting kind of at 650, 660. It looks like here, so we're right here. So that's good, and I do see the sale price increasing slightly as we saw the last couple of years. So I think that is going to be what we see this year as well. And again, if the interest rates continue to come down, I think that will allow our prices to hold on a little bit longer before we start to see that decrease in the winter. So in comparison to summer, we are slightly lower, But overall, we're doing pretty good for pricing. Now, this is what we looked at last time. Very general. It's looking at all property types, all price range, bedrooms, bathrooms, but this gives us a really good idea of what's been going on in the Ottawa market. So first thing that we're looking at is the average sale price for all homes, which is sitting around $666,258. Okay. So in comparison to July, we were slightly higher in July than we were in August. I do think this number is going to increase slightly in September, as that is kind of what we saw last year. So last year we were at 680 in September and we were at 661 in August. So very similar to what we're seeing now. So I do think that that number is going to increase for September. Again, with interest rates coming down, a lot of buyers are feeling more confident to make a move. New listings for August did drop off from July. People are getting back into work. People are getting their kids back into school. It's something that is expected. Now that people are settled, I do think that this number will increase, which was actually what we saw in the last graph that we took a look at. So I do see September increasing. If we look at last year, that is exactly what we saw for 2023. August 2023 was lower 1959. September 2023 went to 2319. We're sitting at 1935, so I do see that increasing again. So we're actually very similar to August numbers. Now, homes for sale is higher than we saw last year. So we're sitting at 3,554 for August. In comparison to last year, we were at 2,779. So I do see this number staying a little bit higher, and I do see it increasing a bit, kind of, as I mentioned, as we enter into that fall market. People are confident, people are feeling good, there's options, interest rates are coming down. It's a great market for buyers to make a move in. And again, September 2023, we did see that increase. October, we saw an increase. And then that's when we started to see it drop off, was after October. So I do speculate that that's what we're going to be seeing again. Now, total sold, August was 1,097 for this year. Last year was 995. And then it went down again in September, which is actually what we just saw for the first graph that we were looking at, the sold. We saw new listings go up, but we saw it sold go down, and that's exactly what we see here as well. So we're seeing solds go down, but I do think that it will come back up. And when did we see it? So here it actually continued on a downward trend, but I think we're going to see it come up a bit. We'll see. Stay tuned for October's market update for that one. Now, days on market, the average days on market is 37. As we discussed the last time, we want to look at the cumulative days on market. So even if it comes off market and goes back on market, that's what we're looking at. So we're actually sitting at around 55 days on market. Now, the month supply, we still have a very big amount of homes or supply for people that are looking. So August 2024, we're at 3.4 months supply of homes. July was 3.6, so we did see that come down a little bit. Now let's look at last year. September 2023 was 3.1, August was 2.8. So I think we're going to kind of stay around this range, maybe a little bit higher, maybe sitting at around 3.5, 3.6. We'll see for September, and then potentially even October. So we'll see what happens there, because that is what we saw last year. We kind of saw it increase before dropping off in November. So let's see if that's what we're going to be expecting. If that is what we're expecting, then we're definitely still in a buyer's market. That means buyers have a lot more to choose from. So if you are considering selling your home in the fall, make sure that your home stands out in comparison to your competition in your neighborhood. Now we're looking at the showings to sold. So the average in August was 11.1 showings until a home sold, in comparison to July, which was 10. Now looking at September last year, it was 10, and then October it was 9. So I do think this number will come down slightly. I don't think it'll be as low as 10. I think it'll kind of be in the middle of 10 and 11, so probably 10.4, 10.5, maybe 10.3. Could even be a little bit higher, maybe 10.8, depending. because we are seeing a lot more homes come to market. So I do see this number kind of coming down, and homes will sell a bit faster based on the number of showings that they're getting. Now, showings per listing is average 4.1 per month. So that is very on par for what we're seeing here. So on average, it's taking homes about 2 months until they are selling. Okay, so if you are considering coming to the market, that's something to take into consideration. Unless your home is completely different and is just out of this world better than what your competition is, then you can expect to be on the market for approximately 2 months, maybe a little bit more than 2 months before seeing your home move. Okay, that is not something to be scared of because that is what the market is showing us. Now, if you do not want to be a statistic, then this is where prepping your home accordingly, doing your due diligence, learning about the market and how homes are performing in your area is really important to be able to stand out and have a faster sale. Last thing that we're going to be taking a look at is the Canada 5-year bond, and we are sitting at 2.731, and we have not seen anything that low in the last year at all. So we could see that here. We're currently here. Everything has been pretty much in the threes. Now, if we take a 3-year look, that's when we're starting to see those lower numbers kind of a bit in 2023, so 2.89 closer to the beginning of 2023, and then we really don't see those numbers until it wasn't at those numbers since 2022. So this is a good sign. If you are thinking about making a move, interest rates are coming down, which is amazing. We are seeing the 5-year government bond come down, which is amazing as well, as that does play a factor in the interest rates. And right now we're sitting at around 4.39 for a 5-year fixed rate. So if that does come down again in October and December, even if it's another 25 basis points for each, that would put a 3 in front of our interest rates, which is awesome. So if you are a buyer and you're considering making a move in the next couple of months, I would recommend reaching out to your mortgage broker, getting that pre-approval done, as it is good for 120 days. So if the interest rate goes down again, there is still an opportunity to qualify for that lower interest rate, but at least you know you are guaranteed the current interest rate that we have. Now, there are opportunities to find the home that you like now and close at a later time to see if you could take advantage of a lower price plus a lower interest rate. And if you are a seller and you want to take advantage of this market and more buyers coming to market and seriously looking, make sure your home stands out. This is the time that you want to take to stand out from the rest of your competition. Do your due diligence, learn your market, and if you have any questions, I can assist you. See what you can do to make your home stand out from the rest of the homes so people automatically gravitate towards your home. And if you're not considering selling, but you will be renewing your mortgage, renegotiate your terms. You are in a position where interest rates are coming down, lenders are looking to earn business. Renegotiate your terms and see what you are able to get. It might not make sense to just get into the first mortgage pre-approval, not mortgage pre-approval, sorry, but term that you're given. Shop around and see if you can qualify for something better. And of course, if you have any questions, I am here to assist you. And as always, stay tuned for our next market update for October. My information will be in the description below. So if you have any questions or would like for me to do the same thing, but for your neighborhood, let me know and we can get that done. And as always, I will see you in our next market update.